What is up, everybody? Welcome to Backlog and Beyond, the podcast where we talk about the old video games we want to beat and the new ones we play instead. I'm your host, Nathan Hawkins.
And I'm your other host, Hugh Jazz. And this is episode number 45.
Oh, thank you as always for checking in on us and tuning in. We appreciate all of your support. If you're listening to us on iTunes, we'd appreciate a review, maybe some stars. It'll help the podcast out. We'd appreciate it. Send it to all your friends. Tell them about us. We always enjoy more people. And if you're not listening to this, you're probably watching it on our YouTube channel because that's a thing. So we have options. You know, we're flexible that way. But we're gonna be talking about a lot today. We're gonna be going over some news. We're gonna be talking about the Xbox Indie Showcase that happened yesterday, but technically it was Friday for those listening on Monday. But first, we're gonna talk about what we're playing. What did you get to play this week, Jeff?
I played a little bit of Night in the Woods, but I was tired most of the week, so it's hard to motivate myself to play a reading game. I tried to get back into Spiritfarer, but I just wasn't feeling it. I played some Hades. I beat it a second time.
Nice.
I
saw you stream it.
What?
I saw you stream it, I think.
Yeah. Like last time, Clay's bedtime's early, so there's no one to watch now. So the last time was sadder, but I tried it with the sword, and then I tried it with the boxing gloves, and I got all the way. I just can't win, so I'm going to go back to the shield because I'm a coward.
All right, fair enough.
I'm a coward.
The Cowardly Lion.
And I think that's all I played.
That's cool.
I didn't write it down because I forgot, but I think that's all I played. What about you?
I just played a bunch of Spiritfarer.
Yeah.
I have 4 animals now on my ship, and I'm currently on the 3rd size of the boat, so I've upgraded quite a bit. And I'm already full on space though, and I'm like I really hope I don't have to say goodbye to animals prior to getting all the animals on the boat, because the trailer,
you want them all on the boat at the same time.
Yeah, because the trailer makes it seem like you can have all the animals on the boat with you. So
did you look up how many things you could have at the same time?
I didn't look, so I'm wondering if I can max out the size of my boat first before I can actually bring everybody on to have everybody on at the same time. Because that's ultimately what I'd love to do, is have the full party on, do everything for everybody, and then
seems overwhelming to me.
And then say goodbye to all of them all at once.
They don't really interact from what I've played so far. I have 3 animals now. I jumped back on and I got the 3rd animal. And they don't interact with each other almost whatsoever.
No, they don't.
And so to me, there's really no reason.
But that makes sense. I can see that point.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a fun game. I'm looking forward, but I think you're going for 100% completion.
Yes.
So I knew I have some time before I jump back into it.
Yeah, you do. You do. I got
because it's gonna take you a lot longer.
Yeah, probably. Unless I can somehow sneak in some game time in between work or something during the day.
I'm if I could knock out 15 hours in a week, then I could easily catch up to you.
Oh yeah, I mean that's half the game. That's more than half the game right there if you're just playing to beat it. So yeah, that's crazy. So that's what I've been playing. Cool. Moving on to the news. What have you got for us?
So there are rumors, not confirmed by Sony yet, but they're thinking by the end of the month or early next month, the announcement will come that they are closing the digital stores for PlayStation 3, PlayStation Portable, and the PlayStation Vita. Nobody knows what that means yet, but hopefully that means that if you own the game, you can still download it whenever you want.
Right.
But no one knows that for sure. But I think that's hugely problematic. If you didn't buy these games within a time, you lose them forever. And that's what happened with Scott Pilgrim for a bit. And that's just going to put people towards pirating. Pirating is going to be the only way to preserve these games. There are digital only games out there.
Yeah.
There are you can't play Pain any other way.
Nope.
And that's really disappointing to me. I have a PlayStation 3 in storage. I definitely want to go dig it up. I don't think they're doing sales anymore.
No, probably not.
So if I want anything on there, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet, which sucks.
Either pay it full price or find a physical copy somewhere. Which I feel like that's I feel like that's the reason why you have a lot of people that are physical collectors and people that buy games physically only, because eventually it just all goes away. These stores close down. So every single PS4 and PS5 game you have, come PS 9, PS8, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to get those games ever again. And that's why you have all these physical collectors.
It's baffling if they don't have a way to play it backwards compatible on the PlayStation 5, which they should by now. It's almost doable by regular people on the computer.
Right.
And I still think about the PlayStation 3 filter and the game sorting, so I'm still hopeful.
Right.
But like these games could just go away forever. I don't see the PlayStation 5 being able to play these games natively. I do not like streaming Red Dead Redemption on PlayStation now.
No.
It runs terribly, and we have great internet.
Right?
We have great internet here. We have gigabit internet. Like it should work, and it does not. And I understand, like it's their current stance that people do not care about those old games. Like, why would you want to play a PlayStation 1 game when it looks like a PlayStation 1 game?
Right.
But look at what Xbox is doing with Game Pass. Like, not everyone is, or backwards compatibility. Not everyone is going to flock to every old game that comes out. But knowing that there is something there that you used to love that not a lot of people used to love is very endearing. And like the whole is the most important part than each individual game.
There's an audience for it too. That's what I don't understand. Like why they think, like, yeah, maybe the majority of the audience isn't going to want to play old games, but there is an audience. And I feel like you could even probably, if you wanted to make money off of it, you could probably even make it a separate subscription. Like you could call it like vintage PlayStation, or, you know, something like where it's like PS3 and beyond. You could charge that as a separate fee for like people that just want to play old games. Like, there's a market for that, and I think they could capitalize on it if they wanted to. But you know, obviously Game Pass is like, no, everything's backwards compatible. I mean, not everything, because not every single game made on Xbox is on Game Pass, clearly, but
not yet.
A lot,
gonna get there.
a lot. So, I mean, in comparison, it's like a no-brainer. So
yeah, I can't stand to lose that. And with all the like, I think ever since the invention of the digital library, any of those games should have made it.
Right. I saw this great preservation meme I'll send you later. It was really funny.
Yeah, nice. Like I think even just tying it to PlayStation Now would to drive people to PlayStation. Like if I can't buy it, that would keep me subscribed to PlayStation Now. I would love the opportunity to buy it.
Right.
If they were all like $20 games, there's a lot of them I'd pick up.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with that.
I would give anything to play some of those. I want to play Fat Princess again.
I know. I want to go back and play like OG Silent Hill.
Yeah, like that should all be doable.
I know. Totally agree. Cool. So the other piece of news we have for this week is Ghost of Tsushima is getting a freaking movie, and none other than by the director from John Wick, Chad Stahelski, I think it's it. And I guess Sucker Punch is going to help produce it, which that's very, very like intriguing to me and very exciting actually, because I loved this game very much, and to think that they're going to have a movie come out and Sucker Punch, the creator of the game, is going to help produce, that's very promising in terms of keeping it, you know, to the spirit of the game. So I'm pretty excited for that. So
yeah. Maybe it's the only way I'll get to experience it, because I'm not playing that game anymore.
I know. Well, you know, hey, if you can experience it in some way, that's great. So anyway,
that's why I'm really excited. Like, I know we already had the argument already, but that's why you need games that recreate it as it was in a video game. I'm not going to play Ghost of Tsushima. That's not my kind of game. And that's the same for Last of Us. People aren't going to play that. Not everyone's going to play that. But I think more people should experience both.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying they shouldn't be made. I'm just saying that's something I'd rather not see, unless, like, I don't know. I guess it's going to depend on so many factors. Like, I guess, like, I'll have to be swayed and, you know, proven wrong somehow.
Like, I think we just need a good one.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of probably where I lie, is I'm really hesitant to like jump on this idea of let's just turn a video game into a movie when they haven't done that correctly in ever.
Yeah.
So
I think with Neil Druckmann working on Last of Us, that one's going to be great.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, cool. So that's our news for the week. Before we move on to our main topic, we actually wanted to quickly go over what happened with the BAFTAs, the BAFTA Game Awards that happened this past week. First of all, I thought it was a great show. I watched it while I was working. It was kind of in the background, and it was like no bullshit. It was just award, you know, and the people talking about the award, announcing the award, you know, and then they maybe once in a while had like a little bit of an interview, or they celebrated somebody. But man, for the most part, it was just, here are the nominees, here's the award, here's the speech, and it was like just no nonsense. It was great.
Just how it should be, like honoring the developers in the games.
Yep.
Like video game awards is a bit crazy. Like I do like the announcements. And
Me too.
Probably that could have been done, but this was the way.
It should almost be done separately. Like, I think prior or after or something. Like, it should be like its own day or something, like announcements.
True, but then it's just E3. So
that's a really good point.
E3, so like
that's a really good point.
Yeah.
So anyway, so Jeff and I, we had our bets and we made our predictions, and here are some stats for you. So basically, the Discord guessed 6 out of 18 as a collective. They got 33% right of the actual the guesses, and I failed miserably. I only guessed 2 correct out of the 18 nominees. So that was really bad. I only got 11% correct, and then Jeff tied with the Discord as a collective for 6 out of 18 correct with 33%. So it's almost as if like Jeff like just went to class but like didn't study, and then it was like my first time showing up to class for the test.
The issue was I studied.
But we are going to announce quickly the winner of the
of the Steam keys.
Yeah, did you want to announce them since I think you have the names there?
Are they on this list?
They should be.
Okay,
they should be right below the news. Are they not?
No, they're not on the copy. Would they be below the winners?
No.
Nope.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just me. I'm sorry. Okay, so we had we had a 3-way tie, which I was not expecting, but we had a 3-way tie, and these people guessed the most correct out of the entire Discord. So these are the 3 winners for the Steam keys. We have Paul Limpin, who guessed 5 out of 18. We have Dog, who's in our Discord. Don't know the name, but Dog, you also got 5 out of 18. And none other than Alex got 5 out of 18 as well. Tapao. So that's 3 winners right there. Paul, Dog, and Alex. Tapao, aka Tapao. Congratulations on your Steam keys. Please reach out to us. We'll probably DM you in the Discord as well with those codes and such. But yeah, everybody, thanks for participating in the BAFTA guesses. It was really fun. That was a fun little game. So
not everyone's gonna win every key, I promise. Like I think I specifically mentioned
Horus
and Undertale.
Right.
But you'll be getting games of equivalent.
Right. Because it was a 3-way tie, you know, it was unexpected. But yeah, it was interesting, like seeing like some of the winners, like some of them it was just like, what? It was like I did not even see that coming. I think the one that really threw me was multiplayer. What? Multiplayer was one that threw me the most. Like that. I mean, I understand the reason for multiplayer for Animal Crossing, but again, like the system is so broken when it comes to having an open like island. Like I understand. They just look past that. They're like, whatever.
Multiplayer was by far the worst aspect besides like showing off your island. But
yeah.
I could definitely see why it won games beyond entertainment. Like,
yeah,
we talked about that, and like I absolutely saw it, but I thought that's why it was going to win Family Game, and Sackboy won that.
Right? I know. It was just the weirdest stuff that won. I was like, wow, like I did not see that coming. But yeah, you definitely called a lot more than I did. That's for sure. So
that's right.
It was a good show.
You guys had to be a hole to tie me.
That's right. So it was a 6-2, which Jeff actually desperately needed since he got a 0 on the last game.
Yeah, are we scaling that, or is it just I get 4 points?
You get
or do I get 6 points and you get 2 points?
You get 6, I get 2.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's what we did last time. We tied. And we ended up
that makes sense. So even though I did like 3 times better than you, I only got 4 points more.
All right. So moving on to our main topic, we're talking about the Xbox Indie Showcase that happened on Friday. This was actually apparently, I guess it was called the Twitch Gaming. It was a Twitch Gaming showcase, which I didn't realize, but I guess it was Twitch Gaming showcasing Indie, the Indie showcase for Xbox. So Jeff and I are going to kind of just go through our top 5 that we actually got to see at this showcase and kind of give our thoughts on it. And really, we're just kind of letting you guys know about these games that are out there if you didn't get a chance to watch it. It was like a 3-hour event in all. But you can watch these trailers, obviously, on YouTube and such. But we're going to
post them on our Discord, actually. Someone was like, you should post the ones you pick on the Discord. I'm like, that's a good idea.
That's a really good idea. Yeah. I like it. Perfect. We'll do that. We'll do that at the end of the show. Okay, cool. So did you want to go first?
Yeah, so these are in no particular order.
Cool. Yeah, same here.
You may have mentioned. One of them, it was like a montage, and it flashed on there for a couple seconds, but it was the Big Con.
Oh yes, yes, yeah.
And so I ended up Googling it because I really liked the visual art style. It reminded me of Doug, except not
Oh.
Doug. Like all the side characters were like blue and green and yellow and stuff.
Mm.
And that's what every character looked like in this game. So I looked it up, and it's Hustle Through the 90s and the Big Con, an adventure game where you're an awkward teen hustling to save her family video store from gangsters. So it looks like her mother or your mother got in trouble with the mafia, and you need to get $100,000. And it's showing you do like
What?
awkward tasks in a mall, like pickpocketing people for like six
Oh,
dollars, and
that's
you have a
great.
long way to go to make sure you make that money. It's set in the 90s. It has a super strong 90s aesthetic. Looks like a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to play that game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was announced last year, so I'm hoping. I'm not sure exactly when it comes out, but let me
Cool.
look that up right now while you're talking.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had another one. It was Moonglow Bay. This
Hmm.
is a casual fishing RPG from Bunny Hug, the developer.
Yeah.
The Steam description is as follows: In Moonglow Bay, you play as a rookie angler working together with friends, family, and neighbors to hone your fishing skills, nourish relationships, and restore a remote town's fractured community. So I guess the premise is you live in this like fishing town, and you lose your husband to like some big fish that eats him or whatever. It's like some big monster fish. But like, it looks like you get to pick who your significant other is, because
Oh.
I guess they showed at the very beginning like who's your significant other, and then it shows her like scrolling through all these different photos, and I think based on that photo, the voice actor changes,
Oh.
which I
That's
think
what
is
the
interesting.
voice actor is what sold me on it. So if
I
it's like a
know.
different one, I might be upset.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's the case, but that's what it looked like. I was like, why would they have five different faces? But I mean, who knows? I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But anyway, it looks really sweet. It's kind of like got a Minecraft aesthetic to it, but it looks like a very chill, just kind of like open exploration kind of game where you live in this little fishing town on the docks, and you just fish, and you have like this book where you just track all the fish you've collected, and I think you just interact with the people in the town. It looks really sweet and charming, and definitely one I want to at least like follow up on and check out. So
Yeah, no, I really love the narration, and that's what got me
yeah.
into it. And I'm a little bit worried that it was for trailer purposes only, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Because
I
there
hope
was a
not.
lot of like dialogue boxes, at least in the beginning of the trailer.
Good point.
But it looks like a really nice, relaxing game with an endearing narrative. I would definitely play that game.
Yeah, it looks super cute.
Yeah, and it looks like it's coming to Game Pass, hopefully PC Game Pass too. So
Yes, I think I have it down.
you had it. It comes out on Steam and in cloud and console, and I think that means we'll get it on PC. But I mean, because I mean, it's going to be a computer game. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, if it's on cloud, that means you can play it pretty much on your phone and your tablets and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. So wasn't in my top 5, but I definitely look forward to that game.
Cool.
My next choice is The Last Stop, which was the one where the two guys changed bodies and they had
Yes.
to figure out how to like navigate each other's lives, but eventually get back into their own bodies.
Right.
I thought the story and the gameplay looked right up my alley. I love
Nice.
the dialogue choices.
Mm-hmm.
The voice acting seemed a bit over the top, but like in a fun way.
Right.
I think it really fit the style that they were going for. And I am really looking forward to that game. That was another one where I didn't feel like they showed enough, so I had to like dig down and research into it.
Yeah, I saw that one. I immediately thought like Jeff's gonna like this one. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I giggled a few times in the trailer. That was
Yeah.
enough for me.
Yeah, like that whole sneak sequence was just ridiculous. It was like, what is this?
The roll is the most obnoxious thing I've ever seen in my life. Like he does like this little thing, but he does like a superhero somersault.
Right. It's like, how is she not seeing any of this right now? And he like stands up and hides behind the plant. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But it was
Yeah.
fun. It was fun.
Yeah, looked like a lot of fun.
It looks
Definitely
cool.
Excited.
Awesome. My next one, I'm gonna go with. I picked like a bunch just in case we had duplicates, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with Hello Neighbor 2. This is the adventure game from Eerie Goo. Hello Neighbor 2 is a stealth horror game about digging up your creepy neighbor's secrets. The twist: the neighbor is controlled by an AI that learns from the players. As time progresses, his behavior will change and surprise you. Will you dare to outsmart the neighbor to find out what he hides? And that's the Steam description. But I thought this was really cool because I remember seeing the trailer for the first, Hello Neighbor, and I was like, well, that looks, like anxiety inducing. Trying to like sneak into that guy's house and trick him to get whatever is in his house. This one is crazy because I guess in the first one he would start to learn your patterns and know what you were going to do, whether you'd like try to like dodge him and like go to the next room over or like hide in a closet. Eventually he would start to figure out like, oh, they're probably going to go this way, and they're going to probably
Mm-hmm.
try to hide in the closet because that's like what they normally do. However, in this game, the AI is actually going to react to the entire gaming community's reactions. So it's like an amalgamation of everybody's reactions in your game, which I think is almost insanely ridiculous because I'm trying to like picture like basically what everyone else has already thought of. Like they've done it, and I'm going to try to do it, and it's going to fail because it's already been done before, probably thousands of different ways,
Yeah.
all the different iterations. But I don't know. I also like the idea that it's completely open now, where like you have access to the entire town, which looks really cool because you can interact with
you
all
could
the different characters.
interact with all the characters instead of just a couple.
Right, and I thought that was kind of cool. So I think exploring that world and maybe like putting together like these puzzle pieces of what's actually in your neighbor's house, could be really fun and interesting. But yeah, it looks really cool. The graphics look really fun, and I think I want to check it out at some point.
Yeah, I was definitely really into the idea of the first one, but every
Yeah.
time like it was brought up on like Reddit, everyone's like, that game fucking sucks. Like there was a price glitch and a bunch of people got it for like $8, and everyone's
Oh.
like, still not worth it. Don't get that game.
Still not worth it.
And so that's been beaten really hard into me, but I really just love the idea of like how it learns as you play. I wish they'd switch up the neighbor more. Like,
Well-
is there a storyline reason why it's always the same guy?
I think
And
there's
does
also
he have new secrets?
Yeah, I think there's actually another character that you're not just trying to get through. It's the neighbor. It's like there's another character. It's like they didn't show it in this trailer, but I saw it in a previous trailer. There's like a whole other character you're trying to get away from and sneak through. So it's
Got
not
it.
just the neighbor. It's like another character as well. But
Okay,
anyway, looks cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looked cool. I definitely wanted to play that one. Next game I have on my list, like we've talked about this game a lot. It's no big surprise. 12 days. I am super stoked for
12
that
minutes?
game.
Is it 12
Is it
minutes?
minutes? You're right. It's minutes. I wrote days.
That's okay.
It's the loop game where
Yes.
you're just in your apartment with your girlfriend, wife,
Mm-hmm.
and the trailer didn't add anything, but like it just
Yeah.
made me wish it was coming out soon. But they
know,
did
right?
promise in the dev interview that it is coming out in 2021.
That's
He
exciting.
said it's in the final stages and is coming out very soon.
Oh, good.
And then the more he said very soon, I'm like, maybe by summer. And he's all, definitely 2021. I'm like, not by summer. That's not what very soon means, you
Yeah,
jerk.
it's not exactly what that means. Yeah.
But I
December
think it's
29th.
been like, I think it's been in development for years. So in
Oh, wow.
comparison to years, it's very soon.
Okay, well, let's hope for the best then, because that game looks amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm so stoked.
Yeah, so.
It's gonna be great.
Cool. Another game I put on here was Death's Door. This is an action-adventure RPG from Acid Nerve. The description says, reaping souls of the dead and punching a clock might get monotonous, but it's honest work for a crow. The job gets lively when your assigned soul is stolen, and you must track down a desperate thief to a realm untouched by death, where creatures grow far past their expiry. So this one actually looked very interesting. Like the trailer kind of grabbed me because it was like this very noir-looking game where like this like crow's walking through like these like black and white streets with like this pink neon sword on his back. And I was like, this looks interesting. I was like, what's going on here? And I was almost, when I saw the gameplay, I was kind of upset almost that the gameplay wasn't like, it didn't match the actual trailer, like the look of the trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, I really kind of wanted to be walking down like these like boring streets and like these depressed birds like living their life, and somehow it's intertwined. But the gameplay did look very intriguing, looked very intense and action packed. It actually kind of reminded me of Hades a little bit, the way that it looked. I watched it twice and I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of Hades a little bit. So that was kind of the reason why
It's
I was
the same kind of like not top down, but 3/4 down style.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And, yeah, and like the dodging and yeah,
right.
definitely.
So yeah, the animation looked awesome. But it looks like it's just like a fast action kind of, gameplay type of game. And it looks like a lot of fun. So I don't know if this is one I'll be picking up, but I at least wanted to like have people know about it because it looked awesome. So definitely check out Death's Door if you get the chance.
Oh,
So,
I'm definitely gonna pick up that game. Like, it's not gonna be maybe not a day one, but like, I'm with you. The cinematic part, I was like, damn, this looks hella cool.
right?
For a minute, I'm like, this might be the one where Nathan's like, I saw one game that was like WTF, and I was like, it better not be this game because I am super down.
No.
The gameplay also looked fun, but it just looked like a completely different game.
Yeah, exactly.
And I hate it when it's bait and switch like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I was hoping for something a little more similar to like Death and Taxes,
Right.
But I do like the action aspect of it. So yeah, I will definitely play that game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it's my turn to go next. Next game I'm gonna go with is The Ascent, which is a solo and co-op action RPG set in a cyberpunk world. I immediately when I saw it, there are so many games with that style and that look that I was like, no, I don't think this will be for me. But
No.
it really leaned into like the cyberpunk look, and the levels look so super detailed, and I love the animations. So it kind of felt like a cyberpunk Diablo.
Yeah.
And especially finding out that it's co-op, I would definitely love to play that game. So
Cool.
they won me over with the trailer. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So if the story is strong, I am in, and I will play it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
My next one was The Wild at Heart, which is coming out May 20th, 2021. This is an adventure game from Moonlight Kids. The description is a mysterious hidden realm, two precocious kids fleeing hardship, magical creatures, and an oddball order of guardians who have lost their way. A Stygian evil imprisoned. Welcome to the deep woods. This one looked really interesting. I loved the art style. Like it was almost like hand drawn, but it kind of reminded me of Don't Starve, like a colorful, a more colorful, friendly looking Don't Starve. Like I just loved the little creatures that follow you, which I guess are the guardians, I guess, who lost their way. And like I was watching some of the gameplay during the dev interview, and they kind of like just follow you around, and they'll chop wood, they'll like grab things, and the one boy kid or whatever, he had like this vacuum like Ghostbuster thing attached to his back, and he would just suck up all the things that the guardians were like collecting for him.
Yeah.
And it looked really cute. And so I have no idea like what the premise is or the story is other than the description. But the gameplay looks very interesting, and it looks different, like definitely different. And like the design of the creatures and some of the sound design sounded very interesting. So it just seems like a cute little exploration, possibly like, craft. I don't know if there's gonna be any crafting, but it seems like there's gonna be some kind of crafting.
It looked like there, yeah, but maybe that's just projecting because it's so much like Don't Starve.
Maybe.
Look in terms of aesthetic.
Maybe it's a collecting thing as well.
Style.
But,
yeah.
But anyway, it looked really cute, and definitely want to check that one out. That one looks awesome.
Yeah. The last one for me is Narita Boy, and I'm probably saying that wrong.
No, you got it.
That one actually looks like it's releasing in 2 days.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. I'm super excited about that one. A radical action adventure as a legendary pixel hero trapped as a mere echo within the digital kingdom. Discover the mysterious behind the techno sword. Lock swords with the corrupt and tainted stallions. Save the world. What it does really well. I love, like, I don't normally like a filter on the games, but it really felt like an 80s style TV.
Yep.
But like with fluid gameplay. But while fluid, all of the hits seemed like solid and hard hitting.
Right.
Like, that feels redundant.
I know what you mean, though.
It felt like it had very satisfying gameplay.
Yes.
Even if it doesn't have a strong story, I could see this one just something I can get behind. And Alex said in the chat, and I agree, the music was awesome.
Yes.
So 2 days away, I could definitely see myself picking that up if it's $14.99 or under. If it's more than that, we'll see.
Yeah, no, this was actually one of the games that I had mentioned at the beginning of the month for our anticipations. Right. Yeah, and I was like, this game looks amazing because it kind of reminded me of Ready Player One. Like I got huge Ready Player One vibes from that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, like the color too, like the color from that techno sword, like it's like that rainbow streaks coming out of the sword, and like every hit's like a visceral looking. Like it looks awesome. But yeah, the music's super dope. I totally agree with that. So I definitely want to try this one. I think this one's coming out on all platforms too. So
yeah,
so we can try it wherever. But yeah, I think it's also gonna be on Game Pass day one. So
dope. Oh, so then I wouldn't have to buy it at all. So
exactly.
I'll just play it there.
I think that's later on the list. So we can look. Well, we're gonna go over the Game Pass stuff later.
Yeah.
After this, cool. So I think that's I think I'm on my last one already. Yeah, it's on number 5, right?
Yeah, this is your last one.
Okay, cool. So my last one was Loot River. This was actually my favorite one, just because of the trailer, I think, but honestly, just like how creative the gameplay was. This is an action roguelike, surprisingly, from Straka Studio. The description is explore procedurally generated labyrinths in a dungeon crawling action roguelike that combines tense real-time combat with spatial block shifting, slide blocks of ancient runes, fight bestial, is it bestial? bestial abominations, loot, explore, level up, strategize, cast powerful spells, die, and wake up anew. So yeah, again, I wasn't a fan of Hades because of the whole loop of dying every time, but for some reason this looks really awesome. It kind of looked like a brutal game of Tetris because the way you had to like time the blocks as you were shifting. At one point there was that one section where the character times it just right to where they ran past all of like the villains, almost as if it's like you can do like an entirely passive run in most
That'd be
cases.
cool.
Yeah, it looked awesome. I was like, holy crap, this is really cool. But there was that one. There's like in the beginning of that trailer, there's like that sequence where the character's running away, and all these little black creatures like start like chasing after him,
Up to
and
the elevator.
yeah, and it
And
was
you're like fighting them away.
yeah,
That looks super cool.
that was crazy. And it kind of reminded me of like the orcs from like Lord of the Rings in the Mines of Moria scene where they're just like filtering through that door. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks awesome. It just looked really cool, and it looked super brutal and gory, and looked really dope.
It was giving me vibes of the one we just talked about. Crap, Narita Boy. Like I was like, oh, the action looks really cool.
Yeah.
And then like once I saw the puzzle aspect, I'm like, well, nope, that's a no for me. Like once he was going on all the pieces, like, and he had to switch, move the boat, move the
puzzles
islands,
around, and yeah.
And I was like, nope, I'm done. Like I was super intrigued. As soon as I saw that, I'm all,
no, I skip. But I think Clay should try it though. I think Clay would like it.
Yeah, you guys can play that together. I'm out.
We play together. But yeah, so those are my top 5. What about you? Did you have one more, or did you already win?
No, that was
it.
That was 5 for me. Let me see if there's anything we didn't. I neglected to talk about that I wanted to. Bay, Death Star, Wild at Heart. Oh, they just showed a brief second, but me and Emily were like, an airport for aliens currently run by dogs, and I was like, I don't know what the hell that means. And I looked up the game and it looks stupid, but honestly, I'm going to play it.
Nice. It looks stupid, but I'm going to play it.
I'm going to try it.
That's hilarious.
You go up to the dog in the front in the trailer and it's like, hey, I have short-term memory loss. How can I help you? And you're like, I'd like 1 boarding pass, or I'd like 50 boarding passes. And then like you just hit 15, he throws 50 at you.
Amazing.
So yeah, it looks dumb, but I definitely won't play it.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. So what was the trailer that you were like, what the hell is this? Or like, I will never touch this game. Like, what was the one game you were like, nope?
There was a lot. Like everything except what we just mentioned, I was not interested in it all. Like,
right.
But the number one was Astria Ascending.
Oh, okay.
Like they focused on that one. Like I felt like several different times.
Yeah,
and they interviewed the devs.
Yep.
But like the trailer was just the character walking across several boring maps. I'm not against turn-based, but like that just did absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah.
And in case you are, the description is it's a turn-based JRPG that puts players in the control of the demigods, a motley crew of 8 heroes charged with the fate of the world. You didn't get any of that from the trailer.
Not
the
at
trailer
all.
was just like, you walk. It's a cool walk, but you look exactly the same.
Right.
And you do turn-based combat. And like,
congratulations.
That doesn't sell anything to me. I need more.
I hear you. Mine, the one game that I was like, what? Like, it threw me. I was like, what? It was Lawn Mowing Simulator.
That's on my list for stupid games, yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Lawn Mowing Simulator? Are you serious? I mean, I get it, but like, really? Like, how long? I mean, although then I thought about it, I was like, well, maybe there is something about Putt joins the parade. They could turn they could turn a mini game.
They made that the whole game.
Yeah, they made a mini game out of Putt and turn it into an entire game. But yeah, it was like those professional mowers, not just like a cheap looking lawnmower, like not like a push mow. It was like a full on, like you sit in it like a tractor mow.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. But yeah, it was like, look how badass this game is. It's a lawnmower. I was like, okay.
Yep.
But then again, some people get excited about, driving a bus all day. Like I'll watch streamers on Facebook and they're just like, they're having a chat with Facebook and they're just sitting there going, how's it going? And it's just like empty road just for hours. And they're just sitting on this bus simulator for miles. And it's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, well, to each his own.
Yeah, you do you.
Anyway, cool. So those are our top 10 and our top, our least favorite of the 2 that were announced. on the Xbox Indie Showcase. And they also announced a ton of games coming to Game Pass day one.
Yeah.
They announced like over like 20 or something games. But was there any games out of that list that you wanted to quickly like give a shout out to?
Really nothing that we didn't talk about already. Like some of the games we talked about, like Narita Boy and Moonglow Bay.
Yeah, Narita Boy was on mine.
Look cool. Nobody Saves the World. I was like, that's a cool title. I didn't like that either. She Dreams Elsewhere is on that list, which is something I already played on PC before I knew it was going to be free.
Cool.
I
How
bought
was
that
that
on Steam for what?
How was She Dreams Elsewhere?
Oh wait, no, sorry. I was thinking of sorry. I played the demo for She Dreams Elsewhere.
Ah, okay.
And that was super good. I am super excited to continue playing that game.
Nice.
I was thinking of Before I Forget. But yeah, She Dreams Elsewhere has like a 1 hour demo on Steam, and someone described it as your two favorite games, Persona mixed with Undertale.
Nice. Perfect.
Which was a win for me. So I look forward to playing that game. And I'm glad I don't have to buy it, but maybe I will.
Perfect.
And then there's also Way to the Woods. Did I like that one?
That looked
and
really
Wild at Heart.
Way to the Woods looked interesting. It was that the deer with its baby or its fawn.
Yeah.
And they're trying to like find the forest, I guess, but like they're traveling through like an abandoned world or something where they're like rummaging through like soda machines, and it looked kind of sweet. I don't know. It looked interesting. I don't know if it's something I'd play, but it just looked intriguing, just very different. I was like, this is weird. Just like these two deer just like wandering through like a subway station and a grocery store. And I was like, this looks kind of cool. So
yeah,
that was definitely one that I thought looked really cool. But yeah, Narita Boy was another. Little Witch in the Woods looks really cute and charming. It's a fantasy role-playing game, lets you live like the life of a witch, basically named Ellie. And it kind of looks like Stardew Valley, but you basically make spells and potions, and you kind of just like, explore the little world around you, and it looks really cute and quaint. So I would definitely check that one out if you're into the Stardews. And I think the number one game out of all these games that were announced, every single game, the one I'm looking for the most is Backbone. It's a noir role-playing detective adventure game that puts you in the shoes of an anthropomorphic raccoon and private eye, Howard Latour. This game looks amazing. I'm so ready for it to come out already. But the art style just like it sold me, and I'm all about detective games and noir, and just I'm there 100%. So check out Backbone. I was actually contemplating on putting that on my fantasy draft, but I don't know. Like it's too soon, I think, to tell whether it's gonna do well or not. But it looks dope. Like I think I had tweeted it out a while back too. Like some of the lighting that they had shown, like some screens, like it looks so cool. So yeah. Anyway, Backbone looks awesome.
No, yeah, I'm looking at it now. That does look cool. I hate it when they make animals that are normally short look so tall. Like,
I know, right?
It's like it should be like a rocket raccoon size, and I'm really upset about it.
Trash panda.
Yeah.
Don't call me a trash panda.
Yeah. But it's not, and that's rough.
Yeah, that's all right. Anyway, cool. So that was the Xbox Indie Showcase. Again, you could watch that whole showcase on IGN's YouTube. It's basically called, I think, Twitch Gaming ID at Xbox. So it's a bunch of games they announced. Also, there's like a bunch of montages and really good dev interviews that we didn't go into detail with, but check it out if you get the chance. Okay, cool. So before we move on to Give It an Hour, we're going to play a little game of 10 words where Jeff and I have chosen a game, and we have to try to describe the game to each other with only using 10 words, and the other person has to guess it before they get to the end. So, did you want to go first? You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry for the first two, but it's going to happen.
Hey, same here, bud. Same here.
First word is PlayStation 3.
Oh, man.
But like, I think it's a major hint that you could use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Indigo Prophecy.
No, but that was on my short list. That would have sucked. Second word, multiplayer.
PS3. Man, I'm trying to go back to my PS3 days. I don't remember half those games on PS3.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta minimize chat.
Oh yeah. Clay's in chat. Be careful.
Freaking Clay. Okay.
He just said he won't guess. You can guess. You can guess now.
You can guess. I'm not
because
looking.
I can see it and Nathan cannot.
I've lowered chat. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay. PS3 multiplayer. Killzone. No, Killzone's not multiplayer. Hang on. Don't
No.
say. I was gonna have a different guess. All right, go ahead.
You can get another guess.
All right. Call of Duty.
No.
Okay.
Energy.
This sucks because my brain's horrible with trying to go back that far. I played it on PS3. I think some like the bigger games I played on PS3. Energy. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Grand Theft Auto 4?
No. Old man.
Energy, old man. PS3. Oh my god. Hang on. Oh, come on, brain. Work with me. Old man. Damn it.
No one in chat has gotten it yet either, if it makes you feel better.
That's good to know. All right, I need another word. Damn, this sucks.
Meditate.
Meditate.
I think after this, it's going to get fairly easy.
All right. Fuck. Oh my god. Meditate. Old man, that's what's throwing me off. I don't know. Next.
Martial arts.
Old man, martial arts, meditate. You sure I played this game?
Yes.
100%. Oh, Ragdoll Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
The remaining words you would have gotten it. The next word was fish.
Okay.
The following word was plastic, and then flag, as in capture the flag,
Okay.
and then the last word was action figure.
I would have gotten it eventually. Yeah.
So
That's
I think
amazing.
You got 10, 9, 8, 7. I think you got 5.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for the first. I'm sorry for a lot of these actually.
I'm sorry for the first 9.
Yeah, the first 9. All right. I think you'll get this by the 5th one or the 6th.
Okay.
We'll see. All right. Choices.
Walking Dead.
No. Pathways.
Son of a bitch. Wolf Among Us.
No. Endings.
Son of a...
You'll understand though when I get to it. You're gonna be like, okay, that makes sense. Why these are all so somewhat similar.
Detroit Become Human.
No. First person.
First person. That's what really throws me off. Holy shit. Outer Wilds.
No. Doors.
First thing I thought of was the Indiana Jones, right?
Let's see if chat's getting this.
This is where you think I would get it?
This is where I think you would have either gotten it here or the next one.
Okay. Doors.
I think if you don't get it by the next two, you have to get it by the one after that.
Okay. Fable.
No. Buttons.
Buttons. Oh, Fable's not first person. I'm an idiot. Buttons.
Clay says first person. What the fuck?
I know. That's what threw me off. Buttons.
Somebody in chat got it.
Oh. Was it Clay? Oh. Um. Give me next one.
Office.
Oh. Stanley Parable.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go.
What did I get? Was that like 4 points I got?
So Office was, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Office was the 7th.
Okay, seventh word. So
Yeah.
I think I got 3 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That sucks. I'm
Yeah.
so mad at you for those first 3 words.
I mean, I don't know what else I could have put. Like, ultimately, like I was thinking about it, I was like, well, what's the other way? The best way to describe this game? It's like you choose doors, you make choices, you take different paths. There's hundreds of endings. It's in first person. You
Yeah.
go through doors, you push buttons.
I definitely think the first and the third word were very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, because based on the choices, there's different endings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know. That was a hard one to explain, really. I was like, this is a good one. I just couldn't come up with really good words to explain it other than just what I had picked. But yeah, nice job, Paul. Good job. Paul got it.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, he got it. Like, there were some good ones. It was like The Forest Until Dawn, Firewatch. Anyway, good stuff. All right, cool. So moving on to our final main event, Give It an Hour, where Jeff and I suggest a game for us to play each week, and we decide whether we add it to our backlog or not. And this week, I suggested Jeff play Broken Age, and Jeff suggested I play Final Fantasy VII Remake. So Jeff, why don't you tell me about your experience with Broken Age?
All right. So, I really thought the art style was gorgeous. Like, it had a very distinctive style, and it. I was watching a review and they said it looked like a children's storybook come to life, and it absolutely did. Really intriguing base for both of the stories. The girl about to be sacrificed for the good of her town, and not only was the family okay with it, but they wanted it.
Yeah, they're like, let's go.
Like, they're like, we're gonna miss your sense of humor. Here's some cake. Don't get any on your dress.
Right? It's such a dark adult game at times. It's like it's got so many dark themes.
And then they had the boy who was like traveling through galaxies, and he was like the sole human on the ship, but like it was clearly designed for him as a kid.
Yeah.
And it was excruciating. Like it was for me, which I'm sure it was for him as well.
Right.
You were able to go into either story at any time, which I thought was pretty cool. And part of that bugged me though, because I felt like it really would have served a story better to jump back and forth when they wanted you to tell a complete story.
Gotcha.
But it served me really well when I would get bored with one. Like I think I did like 1.5 days as the boy, and I'm like, all right, this sucks.
I watched your
video. I went and started the girl. Yeah.
You got bored so quick. You're like, I can't do this anymore.
It was like, and I could tell he was too. So I think it was by design, but it was,
yeah. It's rough.
I found myself getting bored a lot, and I was really ready for that hour to be over, just because like I was there and nothing felt like it was happening like for a very long time. Like I felt like a lot of what I experienced could have been in like 20 minutes.
Gotcha.
The dialogue was super funny. I laughed a lot, but it's part of the reason that the game felt like it dragged. I think a lot of it overstayed its welcome. Each interaction, for the most part, was 3 minutes minimum, and you had to do every talking point, and they all had something important to say, and then they would just go off on this story. And I think they were really trying to use the cast that they had.
I think so too.
I know they had Elijah Wood, but they had some other major players as well.
I'll look it up. I forget the girl's name.
Yeah, so I was like, the voice acting was incredible, but it was just like, okay.
It was Hynden Watch? Hinden Walsh.
Jack Black was in it as well. I don't know if I met him yet. As I said, the dialogue was funny but long-winded, but I hated the trope of like when you clicked on something, even having gotten new information, it just repeats it over and over. And so you're just listening to your failure. It's like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Or like you thought you were clicking on something else, but it's part of one big thing.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I looked up reviews. I was desperate for a reason to continue. Every review was like, it's a really worthwhile journey, and I hope that you get to the end of it. and I didn't realize it was chapter based when it originally came out. So a lot of people had only played part 1 when they reviewed it.
Oh, interesting.
And they're like, I hope you get to this part, even though it cuts off at this horrible part and you want to continue. I hope you get there with me. But I saw a lot of people complaining that the puzzles weren't great and they were a bit tedious. And there were dialogue quizzes and there was just way too much dialogue.
Gotcha.
For me to want to start to take everything in.
Gotcha.
So I am not going to play this game anymore.
Wow.
But I might watch a playthrough of it.
Okay, all right.
It was just something that, like, I don't know. I enjoyed a lot of parts of it, but I just wish it moved quicker.
Gotcha.
Like, I really was intrigued by the stories, though. Like, the stories were super out there.
Yeah.
So I really want to know where they go. I just, I didn't have fun playing it.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's interesting. But that threw me. I figured you would at least put it like somewhere back in the backlog.
I considered it, but I think sometimes I'm being too nice with these. Like,
yes.
Part of it is like not wanting to hurt your feelings, but part of it is like I actually do want to know where the story goes.
Yeah.
But time is short. Like I really want to play Spiritfarer, but I'm trying to power through Night in the Woods and Hades, and like I don't want to be like last year where I played a little bit 225 games and beat 9.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And honestly, like, you could turn down every single game that I suggest for you this whole year and I would not be offended because, dude, if anybody's gonna have to be honest with themselves and honest with you about their time, I totally get it.
Yeah, no.
Seriously, I'm the last person you would ever offend on turning down a game because you're right. Time is so short and it's so precious, and like you really have to just be rough and like make these difficult decisions. Like, no, I appreciate the game. I think it's awesome, but I don't want to play it because I have 5,000 other games that I have to play that I actually want to play, that I desperately want to play. So it's like you really have to like. It's kind of like the what's that one show? The woman who helps people organize their clothes. Does this bring you joy?
Oh, I have not seen that show.
It's on Netflix. It's great. It's a great organization show. It's amazing. But it's all about, you ask yourself, does this t-shirt bring you joy? If it does not bring you joy, then you need to get rid of that t-shirt.
That's fair.
You do it with every single item of your clothing. It's really a good show.
I did that when I lost all the weight and I'm like, this makes me remember when I was fat and I threw a bunch of stuff away and then I gained 30 pounds and I'm like, I miss my fat clothes.
Marie Kondo. Thank you, Alex. It's Marie Kondo. It's a great show. Check it out.
Yeah. I've been keeping a daily log of every game I play, and I noticed lately, like, I'm getting busier. The movie theater's about to getting open up, and I've had to take a couple like mental health days where I don't play anything.
Yes.
But, like, in the beginning of the year, it was one thing when I was playing like 1 to 2 games a little bit every single day.
Right.
Like, there's like the whole first 2 months of the year, I played something every day, and these last couple of weeks, I've been playing like 2 to 3 days a week. And it's just, sometimes I don't feel like it. Like, sometimes it's like meditative and I need it to finish the day. But sometimes I'm like, it just feels like a chore right now. And that game is not a chore that I want to continue doing.
Totally understand that. And I'm complete opposite with you. Like, I'm at the point where I'm actually working late again sometimes.
Yeah.
And I can't get up early to play. And that it's like eating at me sometimes because I need that time. I need that me time, that solo time, that one-on-one, like, so badly. And the mornings that I don't get it, I feel like I'm losing myself a little bit, like losing my mind. So again, like we're in complete opposite worlds right now, and it's just interesting how we're like, needing this time, but it's like differently,
I'm about to lose that time. Like currently, from when I leave the house to when I get home is like 10 hours at one job every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the movie theater opening up, I'm going to be working there 4 to 5 nights a week.
Wow.
And then DoorDash if I want additional money. So it's like, I could sacrifice sleep. I do pretty good on 5 hours of sleep, 4 to 5 hours of sleep.
I don't.
I just need like one day where I can recharge, like sleep like 9 to 10 hours, and then I'm good.
You need like that one day to kind of like restart.
Yeah, when I worked at the hotel, like I used to get crap sleep every night, except when I got home at 7 a.m. on Sundays, I would sleep until 9:30 p.m., like 14 hours to get ready for my next 11 p.m. shift.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Yeah. No, it's, you got to take care of yourself. Got to take your mental health days. Everybody needs to do that. So,
yeah.
But yeah, cool. So that's all good. But I'm glad you actually like at least enjoyed it for what it was, and you actually saw why I offered it to you.
I definitely see the appeal.
Yeah.
point and click adventures like definitely show their age to me a bit. I was surprised that I liked Thimbleweed as much as I did, but I think right off the bat a lot was happening and the stories were jumping.
Yeah.
And so it kept you interested the entire time.
Right.
So I am going to continue that one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you had me play Final Fantasy VII Remake finally. We knew this was coming. It was a matter of time. So I didn't play for the hour, unfortunately, because for some reason I did not get the concept of when you hit install and it says play, it's actually not fully installed. So I played, I think, up until where you're just about to exit out of the
reactor.
The reactor after you'd already, set the bomb and everything to detonate. So I think that was good enough, though. I think I got like an idea of like the game itself. But anyway, going back to the beginning, watching that intro after playing the original, I was
glad we did it in that order.
Holy crap. Like that was such a fantastic 1-to-1 of the original intro. Yeah. Like they literally took the intro of the first one and was like, okay, we're going to just redo this full intro and make it look amazing. And it was gorgeous. It was so good. Because I totally get, like, it's funny because playing this game now, I totally understand the fans. Like I actually get it. It's somehow like, even though I don't like the first one, I can totally understand loving something and then playing something like that and then being like, this is how I remembered it.
Yeah, no, like besides like obviously the fighting mechanics being way different, like this is how it felt to me. Like I felt this cool.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's awesome is like I was able to finally feel that and understand that by playing this one. But yeah, it finds a nice blend of keeping the spirit of the original while adding so much more to it, which I thought was great. But yeah, definitely preferred the combat style like way versus combat style over the last one. It was just so much more fast action paced. Like you had to make decisions on the fly super quick. But I'm still trying to get a grasp of like the specific of timing things properly, like when to do certain attacks and like when to use spells and everything. But I think I was starting to get the hang of it towards the end, and I really loved quickly switching on the fly between the two characters. That was super cool. Just like, okay, cool, I can use the gun at this point because it just makes more sense. And
yeah, like the enemies were higher and you couldn't reach them with the sword.
Yeah, so it was really cool. But so anyway, I enjoyed that a lot. Now, here's the thing. Cloud, he sounds like Justin Timberlake. I'm sorry. Like, legit sounds like Justin Timberlake. I could not get Justin Timberlake's voice out of my head when he started talking. Go back and listen to Cloud talk and then just think Justin Timberlake and you will totally understand. That's all I could hear at one point. But anyway, with that said, the voice acting was phenomenal. It added so much more to the game. Everything's just way more epic in general. So with that said, I am going to keep this one on my backlog.
Woo! I didn't watch yours yet, but I saw Alex in our text chain being like, "We're gonna guess no for Nathan." I was like, I was at work. I was like, "Oh," but no, that's really nice. Is that as far as you got in the original, or did you get further in the original?
I got so much further in the original, and I think because I got cut off so short, and I know how this game apparently opens up. Like I've heard this thing opens up a lot, where you can just like wander and explore, and I really want to at least play more to get to that part of the game, because that's what I love about games is exploration and feeling like I actually have control over where I'm going and who I'm talking to. So I at least want to play long enough to get to where it opens up, and then I can make a decision if I want to continue further. But yeah, it was great. Like the transformation they did with this game was just phenomenal, and kudos.
Yeah, they did it right. Like I think the biggest thing you're gonna run into that might make you stop is like getting from major place to major place feels long.
Okay.
But if you stick through it, to me, it's worth it.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Cool. I'm really glad you liked it. I really came in, even before they said that in the chat, I came in expecting a no. I definitely didn't hear Justin Timberlake, but of all the characters, I was surprised that he got the nomination. Like, I think Barrett was way better than him.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
His acting didn't have much emphasis, or at least much energy. It was just kind of like,
it fit the character. It definitely fit the character, but like, it just wasn't. It was serviceable, but not amazing, I guess.
Right. Well, then you have the guy who played Hades. Like,
yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
and it, like, even the guy who played Zagreus was way better
Oh,
to
yeah.
me, and he wasn't even nominated.
No, yeah. He wasn't even nominated.
By the way, I have a Final Fantasy shirt. I got it. On Amazon.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was when you showed me. That's awesome. That was good.
I got it, and I was super excited. This one
Nice.
fits all right, but once I lose, I'm down like 12 pounds. Once I lose probably 5 more, I could fit into the other one I bought.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wore my PlayStation shirt for the Xbox Indie Showcase special.
Well done.
Perfect. So yeah, so we do this every week, and we want everybody to get involved with us. So we ask you to play along with us and send in your reviews of the games. We'll read them live on the show. We didn't get any reviews this time, unfortunately. But once in a while we do. We read them on the show, and you can join our Discord and post your reviews there, or you can check up on our Twitter, our Instagram, and we'll post them there as well. And you can also just respond to those posts with your reviews. So yeah,
awesome. So for next week, I have a game that we're both playing.
Cool.
This version isn't quite out yet, but it's coming out on Tuesday. We're going to play the final cut of Disco Elysium.
Yes.
I have it on PC. I'm sure your computer can run it.
Probably, yeah.
And honestly, what you may have seen in the video, I picked up Broken Age on computer. I only got it for like $1.
Oh yeah, you mentioned
so it
that.
wasn't a huge deal. Because I run into so many speed bumps with the Elgato, and I don't know why.
Oh boy.
So I think it's just easier and more reliable to play it on my computer, and it could just be I watched a bad video tutorial.
Maybe.
And they gave me like bad settings.
Maybe.
I don't imagine they would have had a computer that much better than mine. Like I'm pretty proud of my computer, and I don't think if I can be beaten by the average YouTuber.
Yeah, no, I would reach out to Elgato maybe. Like honestly, they could probably help you set it up properly.
Yeah.
Like
so
no
I'll
joke.
give it a
Like
shot.
don't get your money's worth, because honestly, if you get it working right, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Awesome, cool. So you can find us on all the social medias at Backlog and Beyond on Instagram, Backlog Beyond on Twitter. Jeff, where can they find you?
I am everywhere. Zavadabadoo.
Awesome.
It's like Yabba-dabba-doo.
Yabba-dabba-doo.
One Z, one V.
Perfect. And I'm also on everything as Adventure Hawkins, except on Twitter it's Adventure without the E. And as a reminder, we do this show live every Saturday night on Twitch on my channel, Adventure Hawkins, twitch.tv/Adventure Hawkins, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we chat with the chat. We chat with the chat, and we occasionally do a little Q&A after the show where we show our old YouTube show, and it gets pretty cringy.
We're not gonna do that.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
This is actually the last time we're gonna do a post show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll announce that now.
Yeah, I was like,
I forgot.
This is the last time you might want to tell them.
I totally forgot. Yeah, so there's no reason to come watch us live on Twitch unless you just want to get the news before it goes live on Monday. But yeah, basically, look, Alex is already upset. Here's the thing. Jeff and I, our hours are getting very slim here, very slim. And we want to continue to do our Let's Plays together. So I feel like what's going to happen is we're going to end up just doing our Let's Plays after the post show. So
maybe
yeah.
we could just do like 5 to 7 minutes. Like, don't watch a video. Just like say hi to everybody, acknowledge what they said, and then go off chat. Because like, it is the only time we have to acknowledge this giant chat we have now.
It's true. It's true.
4 people every week.
All 7 people. There's actually 7 people in chat right now.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so yeah, for those of you who actually wanted to come and like hang out for like hours, we apologize, but we'll try to say our, get a couple questions in, say a few things, at least our thank yous, at least that. But yeah, our time is getting really short, and we still want to do Let's Plays, so that's really the only time that we'll be able to have that's guaranteed to continue making content outside of the podcast. So yeah, we apologize to everybody that's in chat crying right now.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, next week is going to be our last episode of A Way Out. So next week we're going to be talking about that unless some major news or major showcase happens. And then we'll be moving on to our new game the following week.
Heck yeah. Excited.
Yeah.
Cool. So last but not least, I have a joke for you, Jeff.
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay. My wife is fed up of my constant dad jokes, so I asked her, how can I stop my addiction? Whatever means necessary. No, it doesn't.
It caught me off guard because I thought the punchline was whatever means necessary. And I was like, I don't get it. And then it hit me. So well done.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead and count us out. You deserve it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. 5, 6, 7, 8.